Hello, it's Tuesday night, which here on Dire Bear means we are playing Escorts, a 5th edition sci-fi game. I'm your GM for the evening, Jason, from over at theNerdEternal.com. And with me, as usual, is Deca as Aramanto.
You got it. Proud of you.
He is the only one joining me on cams today. And on
Something about a
comms,
hurricane.
yeah, well, you know. And on comms, we have Sarah playing Kat, Zach playing Francis, Anna playing Jade, Eric playing Adrian, and hopefully in a few minutes, Patrick playing Hull. Now, we missed last week because of dragons. Or, yeah, Dragon Con.
Bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, ditching me for a con. Let's see, where did we leave off? In fact, I'm not even sure what map we were on. Oh, yes, I believe we were on the jungle map. You had been attacked by trees. Angry little trees.
Beat their ass.
You did. That tree did not hold up as well as I thought it would.
We had a lightsaber.
Yes, I've probably made a mistake.
I totally forgot Francis got a lightsaber.
Now, is it a projected length of energy, or is it like a charged?
That is a very good question.
Monta's been looking at it like cup.
Let me pull up the old threat database. And I believe the samurai was on page 113. Nope, must have been 108. Now, if I had intended to memorize the pages for these entries, I would never remember it. For some reason, both those pages are stuck in my head. Alright, plasma long blade. You know, it doesn't say, and I can't find the plasma long blade in the regular weapons chart. So the truth is, I don't know.
I suppose at the end of the day, it just comes down to fluff.
Yeah. Now, when their
I was gonna say that's like flavor, right?
Now, when their tech manual comes out, I'm betting there'll be an entry for that. But anyway, so they dropped not a mobile plant, but an animated plant anyway. And were promptly buzzed by a swarm of small drones, armed with blades and guns. Now, if I remember right, our tech boys had taken down... Was it 3 or 4 y'all had in working condition?
Three.
Because let's see, there's... Alright, I've got 3 of them marked. 2 with blue dots and 1 with a red dot, which I think may have been the failing or saving.
The red dot was the one that Adrian took control of.
And then Hull stunned... That's right, then Hull stunned him. With some kind of EMP type ability.
Yeah, and they were gonna work. And Aramonta was like, we're taking his grand play, like, I've had enough of these fucking things. Ugh! And then they were stopping.
Okay, so I think the 4 still on the map were all down and in a condition that you could do something with them. Let's see. They're all at least a little banged up. Well, no, that one's... Most of them are banged up. Only about one of them is fresh. All right, Eric, what were you and Patrick planning to do with those things? Had y'all really decided?
Adrian is for sure going to be keeping the one that he took. He doesn't care about the others.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the one you, like, charmed.
Yeah, the one he hacked with his machine hacker talent.
Yeah.
What he was going to do is he was going to use his black hat power and go into the system and make sure there's no programs or anything else that might trigger while it's with them.
All right, give me a computer use roll.
Okay. Manage with black hat. 18.
All right, poking around in there. You find where it's programmed to record its surroundings. Once it engages an enemy, it starts recording.
Uh-huh.
The recording has not stopped.
He's stopping it.
Okay. Presumably, it was broadcasting. It has a return to home function.
He's
can be triggered
disabling
remotely.
that.
Okay. Other
Until
than
he
that,
finds a need for it. He's not destroying the function, but he's just disabling it so it can't be remotely controlled.
Mhm. Other than that, you don't really find any like hidden software in there or anything. I mean, obviously, you have to hack it so that it won't respond to the remote that was previously controlling it. But
Yep.
Does he explain that to anybody? That the features of the machines?
I don't know. How much explaining does Adrian do while he's doing his hacky?
While he's hacking, he's doing nothing. He's just focusing on the one drone that he has.
But you're not like explaining, hey, this is they can see us, they can hear us, etc., etc.
Not while he's in the middle of doing his work, no.
Sure.
He'll take care of it later, but while he's in the middle of doing it, however long that takes, he's not going to be outwardly talking.
Sure. Who was the other hacker?
That's Hull.
Who isn't currently with us?
No,
Correct.
not quite yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, he probably had to work late or something.
Alrighty. Armando takes his grand blade and goes back towards that one that Adrian's working on and like is like getting ready to bring it down again.
Touch it and I destroy it.
I don't think you have the capability.
You have no idea what I'm capable of. Break the rest of them if you must. They're recording, but this one is mine.
They're at their recording. He immediately grabs one of them, and he looks at it and it's like, "You'll have to do better than that." Throws it, hits it with the grand blade.
All right. While you're doing that, Hull grabs the other two and starts working on them.
Sure.
All right. Y'all continue traveling towards the coordinates you've been given. Everybody, give me survival checks.
Sure. Ooh.
I am good with technology. That's a bad hit.
Adrian's the city boy. Francis is the city boy.
Oh no!
I mean, Adrian is a city boy that's pretty much a Dark Templar at this point, but yeah.
This is fine.
Survival, not doing a whole lot of surviving.
No.
The dice are against all of us tonight.
Let's look at.
It's just nature.
I
Survival of the
exist-
fittest.
None of us are
I
fit.
exist to spite God.
Well, see, much like real animals, y'all are all used to an urban environment. You're adapted to an urban environment. Just like real animals, when your environment changes, you're not necessarily adapted to surviving.
Right. Which is weird because I've been here for a few months already.
Yeah, but all your party died, so you probably had their rations to eat.
That's true.
All right, so you don't manage to scrounge up any food, any local food, but you've got your rations. You're also not really able to find shelter per se. You just sort of camp out under, the nearest large tree that doesn't attack you when you approach it.
Francis shoots it just to make sure.
When it doesn't twitch, you feel safe.
Gonna poke it with my. Nice.
Now, are y'all keeping watch through the night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Francis volunteers to take first watch.
All right.
Adrian is gonna, I guess, take second, because having at least 1 hour of sleep recharges all of the powers.
Really, you only have to sleep an hour?
Well, he still needs a full, 8 hours rest, but all of his powers recharge after an hour.
Okay.
All your stuff comes back after a short rest.
Yeah. I think there's actually nothing that he has that requires a long rest to recharge.
Nice.
So.
Base Warlock.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Space
true.
Warlock.
You are basically based off the Warlock.
Yeah, I'm a space warlock, so yeah.
Cat will take whichever watch needs a person.
All right.
How many shifts are we taking?
All right. Francis was one. Who's taking second watch?
I will take second watch.
And third watch.
Cat will take third watch.
Okay. And I assume
would
y'all just
also
divided
like
up into
to-
three.
I would also
I'll-
like to say that my drones, plural now, are going to be helping with second watch.
Okay.
Just say I'll help out with third watch. I just need I want to get my Z's in and then get up and take watch.
All right. So RO is also
So-
in third.
Yeah, it's a little awkward because it's like nobody knows me and I'm just kind of there like standing sentry.
All right. First watch. Francis. What is your passive perception?
Checking. Uh, 13. So.
All right. Okay. Your watch passes uneventfully. It's a little nerve-wracking at first because not being used to the wilderness, being more of a city boy station, living on stations and in ships, you're not used to all the wildlife noises. You hear howls and growls that sound like they're way off in the distance. And then up close, there's all sorts of little rustling in the branches and little squeaks and shrieks. But nothing seems to approach the camp. Adrian, what is your passive? You may be muted.
I was. What's the passive of the drone I stole?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that was it. I'm trying to remember where I had gotten the stats for that drone, but it was in the back of the actual book.
Look at me, I have the book.
Yes.
Although, I'm curious, since we're actively keeping watch, shouldn't this be more of an active perception roll as opposed to passive?
Well, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, depending on how focused you think you could stay on that for hours at a time. All right, let's see. The
It's
tackle.
only a few hours. And he has drones to back him
Let's
up on
see.
that.
Trying to remember if it was the surveillance drones or the. Tactical drones. I think it was the tactical. Okay. Their passive perception would be +2. They've got a 2 wisdom. Oh, they got a +4 to the perception. They've actually got the perception skill.
So their passive would be 14.
Yeah.
So going off passive, it goes 14, 13.
Okay. The night passes uneventfully, or your shift passes uneventfully.
Okay. I would also like to state that the drones are going to be staying up for the third watch too.
Okay.
13.
Adrian, much like Francis, you are a little disturbed by the amount of noise in the forest. I mean, you were expecting to hear bugs and stuff, but it's just there's just a constant something's going on somewhere around you. Plus, you're having to, since you're trying to stay alert, you can't work on anything else. You're just sitting there, probably kind of bored, considering when on the ship, Adrian is constantly tinkering with something in downtime. And then it is Cat and Armanto.
My passive's 13.
Passive is 14.
I would also like actively look too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I should be actively looking too.
All right. Give me rolls.
That was kind of my thing. Can I roll with the dice?
What? All
I was
right,
asking if I could
fine,
roll with it.
fine,
I'm asking. You can tell me no.
fine. The guys from Dragon Con want to use the little spinny rings anyway.
5.
Let's see. What am I looking for here? Stealth. All right, we got a 19 from Cat, and you said a 5 from Armanto?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, and a question I should have asked earlier. Do you have a fire going?
Probably. I'm not going to speak for the group, but Aramonto probably would try to get one going.
Any objections from the group?
No.
Okay.
Fire's generally a good thing.
If there is one, I would say it'd be kept at a very low, smoldering ember.
All right. Last part of your shift, or last part of your the last watch, passes uneventfully. In the early part of the shift, much like with the two previous guys on watch, Cat, all the animal noises catch you a little off guard. You know, just not expecting just how noisy a forest is. Armanto, you've been here a few months. I mean, it's
probably why I'm not so focusing in so hard, because it's like, oh, I've heard this every day.
yeah, and you don't hear anything that stands out to you as unusual. You hardly pay any attention to the little background noise. Let's see. Both of you. Now this would be more of a passive thing. So.
Okay.
What were your passives again?
13.
14.
13.
You'd be asleep at this point. But alright. You don't notice anything. Your watch goes uneventfully. So you're up at dawn. You pack up, your bedrolls or whatever. Everybody give me survival checks.
That is 12.
All right. Man, Francis is a city boy.
Damn. Stepping in every pothole, crushing every twig underfoot.
I just imagine y'all are getting ready to go. Francis gets up, starts looking around, wants to know where the bathroom's at.
Goes, ooh, morning, guys. Ooh.
I don't know. Do reptiles yawn?
Apparently,
Yes, they
They
unhinge
do,
their
actually.
jaws when they do it.
Oh, okay.
they're like, yeah.
It's really weird seeing a ball python do it.
All right. So let's see. The highest roll was a 12. Y'all head out. There's nothing to see here. I keep hearing children's.
Yeah, that's on my end. They're actually gremlins.
I can't believe it. All right. You travel on for the first half of the day, and things are suspiciously quiet. You see a fair amount of wildlife, but nothing that really strikes you as dangerous. Most of it skitters to get out of your way. As you begin following a river, there are some rather large creatures in the water that, if they pay any attention to you, it's nothing more than just to kind of look at you as you walk by.
Ooh. Walk off.
They're kind of hippo-sized, and are kind of wading shoulder deep or so in the shallows. Unlike hippos, they don't seem to be overly aggressive. As it's getting... Let's see. It's around midday, and it begins to start getting dark. Armanto, you know what's about to happen. You're not worried about it.
Yeah, I still hold out my grand blade just in case. But
It doesn't get pitch black, but it gets fairly dark. As you look up, it's like there's an eclipse going on. Armanto, this happens fairly often. The planet this moon orbits, it has multiple moons. And there is at least one of the other moons that will periodically...
if I was smarter, I might be able to chart this thing, but I'm an idiot. So, no.
You just remember one of the other guys in your team explaining how what was happening. These kind of eclipses are not unusual. As you move forward in the dim, you come up under some trees, and you spot for lack of a better description, it's a nest. It's like something has dug up the ground and kind of mounded the dirt up, but then surrounded it with like vegetation. Fallen limbs, that sort of thing.
Maybe we shouldn't be here.
Like body limbs or like tree limbs?
Tree limbs. I said plants.
Okay.
Yeah, let's give that thing a wide berth.
I don't want to piss off anything that might be its.
And it has several large, kind of leathery eggs.
Look,
Rather than
Like
being what you
larger than
Large?
define
this.
large.
like this.
We
Rather than
can't
being what
see
you,
that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Only Armato's own or Deca's own cams. My bad.
Like basketball size.
Smaller than a
midget
basketball.
Head size. I saw it when I switched back to Twitch.
About a football size, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, but as
Not
opposed to
like-
being typical egg shaped, these are a little more round. Without touching it, you can't really tell. Though from a distance, they look more leathery than like hard chicken egg shell.
And we're walking, we're walking, we're
And
walking.
we're walking, yeah.
As you turn around to step away, something kind of steps in behind you. Everybody, please throw your tokens out on the map.
Oh boy. Where about would we be?
Somewhere around the middle of these two trees here.
How far away is stepped in behind? Because Yanni still has those motion trackers, because Adrian never gave them back.
What was that? Now, what was that, Eric?
It was a glimpse of our future.
Said, how far away is stepped in behind? Because Yanni still has those motion
Oh, whatever comes in behind you is appearing about here. Out from
Okay.
amongst some underbrush.
So would it be something that the motion trackers would spot, Adrian would be alerted to?
About the time it pops out here.
Oh.
These things have stealth
Dun dun dun.
gear. Grand Blade.
This is representing where the nest is at. It's nestled up close to the trunk of a tree.
Okay. Okay. Y'all are just gonna have to live with the sound of kids. I'm sorry, I can't keep muting and muting and unmuting.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. So this thing comes out of the underbrush. It's got. It's built rather long. It's about the size of a grizzly bear, but longer. Not as stout or heavily built, but longer. But probably massing about the same. Just to give you an idea of what you're dealing with.
Long bear.
Giant, like a giant mountain lion.
Which truthfully means I should probably make it large.
Oh, it's that thing down there. Holy shit! I thought it was this thing right here.
No, that's Yanni. So think of it as, the general body plan similar to a tiger, but about the size of a grizzly bear. It does not look happy to see you.
Well, its combination of physical features do not inspire joy, so right back at it.
And it has got the picture actually has the teeth a little smaller. It's got kind of the full saber tooth thing going on. When it steps back in, it sees you and begins kind of growling way back in its throat.
Hey,
I
Patrick.
growl back at it.
Yes.
Ah, the Patrick.
Yes. Got back at 6:15 and this long for everything to update.
Ah. The bane of all Windows 10 users. I need to use my computer right now.
You don't.
And the computer goes, no, there's things I need to do first.
Alright.
All right, Patrick. So,
Bear backward.
to catch you up, Adrian reprogrammed one of the drones for his use. If you remember, y'all had captured several drones at the end of the last session.
Yes.
When he found out they were recording you, Aramato immediately smashed one of them, which left you with 2 more that you could recover. Adrian only wanted the 1, so you've got 2 of those drones to play with. We are assuming that you have already disabled the automatic return feature and the recording.
Yes.
So you've got those 2 drones to reprogram and do whatever you want to with. Y'all have camped out for one night. Nothing of any importance seems to have happened.
Except that.
While y'all were resting.
Ah.
Y'all been traveling about half the day. There was an eclipse, which Aramato tells you is pretty common. It basically happens when one of this planets, or the planet y'all are orbiting, the moon y'all are on is orbiting, when one of its other moons kind of passes between where you are and the sun.
So we're getting into a pitch black situation. Great.
It never gets that dark. I mean, it's a pretty
Okay.
good eclipse. It's not quite pitch black. As
It's
a lot,
unnerving. It's just not super dark.
right? And it's common enough that none of the animals really respond to it. As you're traveling on, following a river, they walk up on this large nest built at the base of a tree. Mounded up dirt, hollowed out, leathery eggs, about the size, round, but about the size of a football. They decide this is somewhere they don't need to be. And as they are backing up, Mama
Hello?
walks up behind them. Which is this big thing down here. Built like a saber-toothed tiger, about the size of a grizzly bear.
I guess we're eating today, guys.
It mostly has leathery skin, though there is something of a fur coat along its back.
I want a fur coat.
Something you realize would probably help it blend in as it was crouched down in the underbrush and so forth.
I'd really rather not have to kill this thing if we don't have to.
Alright, let's see. What skill would animal handling fall under in this system? Maybe xenobiology?
Xenobiology is intelligence based, yeah.
It is.
Let's see. And animal handling was usually charisma back in the day.
Animal handling is
Well, I thought it was charisma. Was it intelligence?
it's wisdom.
Okay, I guess that makes sense too.
It was meant for more of a ranger class, so that.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I tell you what. Everybody just give me a survival check.
Natural 20.
Oh, very good.
It brings me up to 23.
Oh, Adrian also did well. Francis did not.
Sure, when we go foraging, we're not, getting anything. But when we're looking up a freaking tiger beast,
We can't find food to eat. But when something wants to eat us, we can convince it not to. Francis, you have no
I make
idea
myself big.
how to react to this. Other
Francis
than
just yelling at it.
potentially shoot it, but where Kat, Jade, Adrian, and Aramato immediately kind of hang their head and just start backing both away from it and away from
the nest.
the nest.
Jade is
So
gonna
kind of
throw
over this
Francis
way back towards the river.
Kind of pop him in the back of the...
It's like a little shimmy. We're like this.
We're not worthy.
We make ourselves big like this.
So you all get about right here. It moves up under, it's... Seems like it's more interested in getting into a defensive position by the nest than in necessarily jumping you. Because while it's bigger than you, there are several of you.
It's fair.
And we are leaving. Oh, actually, where am I?
Well, as this is going on, a second before you hear gunfire, you just managed to hear a buzzing that reminds you of the drones. You didn't hear it at first because you've got your own drones going. And then, pretty much the same style of drone that you had seen before comes buzzing past the nest. On more or less a direct line towards y'all. Well, kind of in that direction. Only instead of, when the gun starts firing, instead of firing at you, it fires into the nest.
That's a dick move.
Can I Grand Blade? What's it called? It's I have it. It's my range
Canback.
divine smite.
What now?
It's my ranged infused strike with through. I pull out my Grand Blade and I aim at the drone and with my Grand Blade and shoot it with my infused strike.
Is that something it gives you a ranged attack with a melee weapon, or you can take a ranged weapon and infuse it?
I can use one of my weapons I bonded to and use through it just shoot out a ranged infused strike.
Okay. So you just flat out.
So
you've got your full health, so you can shoot your sword like Link. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just focusing through it. Yeah, like Link. That's a good one.
So what's happening?
I'm
He's
shooting at the drone.
firing an energy blast out of his sword for the sounds of it.
Yes.
Drone came by, shot at the nests while we're backing away.
Oh.
So go ahead and give me that attack roll.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's +6. That is 11.
An 11. Oh. I'm looking at the wrong stats. Let's get over here. Nope, it's in the book. I've got my iPad with some stats open. I've got a PDF with some stats open on the computer, and then I've got the actual book. That is a miss.
Okay.
It dips out of the way and then heads across the water. At this point, a heavy aroma hits you. It's a kind of a chemical smell. It's very strong. Not quite as strong as, say, a skunk.
Okay.
But if any of your characters were familiar with skunks, it would kind of remind you of that. As the creature down here catches a whiff, it goes berserk. It gives this weird, almost coughing. It's a roar, but like cuts off and repeats. It's almost like a cough. Anybody with xenobiology, you're pretty sure that it's a call that it uses to cover a large area. Kind of like a wolf howl. You think it's either calling out to others, maybe a warning, maybe a come running.
It's the we should go. Correct.
Yeah, you're not sure this is a pack animal or maybe there's a mated pair, but You get the impression it's calling something. And then it charges you. So, I'm going to need everybody to give me initiatives.
I'm gonna roll that.
Once I get the
Yeah.
the
I'm gonna roll that and roll 20 so that we can have the chart going. But everything else I'd like to roll.
roll turns. Alright, let me give everybody a turn. Oh, that's right. It pops up automatically as y'all roll, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta click on ourselves.
I did
we can-
click,
if we
but
could-
it got cleared.
Not bad.
Rolling again, but I'm just gonna use my old initiative myself.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless can I use?
Nice try.
Alright, I'll let you this time. Since I
Uh,
was slow about getting the initiative order thing cleared and ready to go. Alright, Jade, what is your dex modifier?
It's 3.
Alright, so you do go before my boy, or girl, or whatever she is. Alright, so that is everybody on there.
I rolled like shit.
Yeah, it happens.
Roll fit right in, son.
Roll 20 knows you're cheating on it. Using your own dice.
I'm sorry. I want to use this thing.
Alright, top of the order is Cat. You have this large creature barreling down on the group.
just double, yeah. So it's not surprised, but I still get advantage because of vital strike.
Okay.
I'm just double checking someone. Okay, yeah, just get advantage. And shooty. 25.
Oh, that is definitely a hit.
Alrighty. 9 piercing.
Alright, let's see. So that is 9 points of damage.
And she's just gonna kind of move away from the group over here. Away from the nest.
But also behind everybody.
That as well.
Adrian.
1 second. Double checking something. Make sure I'm reading this right. Hey, Cat.
Mm,
Got to add in your Death Strike on.
yeah, but there's no one.
You had advantage on the attack.
Oh. Well, yeah, I would. Okay, thank you for that. Adding Death Strike.
Alright.
11
Rogue
additional
shit.
points. Rogue shit. I'm just so used to not having advantage on stuff.
Alright, Adrian, what are you up to?
Adrian will use first of his power slots and will obfuscate himself so he just bamps out of existence. And ooh,
And that makes you indivisible?
yes, people can't divide him by 0 anymore. It's gonna
I
move,
take that as a challenge.
Ooh.
it's gonna move over here.
see. What does keen smell do for this thing?
I can.
It can trace you by sense of smell. Hole, you're up.
How many spells? Let's see. Okay, that would be. That's right, I didn't really use many spells last turn, I just used. Right.
And you've had a full night's sleep at this point, so anything you used last
Yeah.
session, you've recovered.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, spoof command doesn't help in this case, so I will pop an assault drone.
Okay. Is that your drone that walks around and does stuff, or is that a...
That's the hoverbot.
Okay.
Uh,
I will be right back.
Okay.
get around. Essentially putting it right here. Essentially, so there's something between it and us.
Okay. And it's floating in the air?
Yes.
About how high up is it?
More torso level. Essentially, the whole point is, instead of it charging us, I'm kind of going, hey, look at the shiny robot.
Alright, does it make an attack this round?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Because we didn't really want to fight this thing. It's just kind of happening. And also, I am moving this way.
Close to the water, huh? That's right. You weren't here when I described the hippo things in the water.
Deadly hippos. In all honesty, hippos are terrifying in real life.
Yes, yes. These things did not seem to be as aggressive. They were the size of hippos, but they didn't seem to be aggressive. More like manatees with legs.
Adorable, actually.
Big part?
I said that's adorable, actually.
Yep, yep. Let's see. And summoning, that was your action, correct, Patrick?
Yes.
Alright. Yanni is up. Eric, are you with us or are you muted?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Yanni. Over here. And is going to try to shoot the drone's camera.
Okay.
Since Adrian is very familiar with its anatomy by this point, he's telling Yanni where to hit.
Okay.
Out of 10, probably won't do it because my dice fucking hate me as usual.
You're correct. A 10 does not do it. And you're correct. Your dice hate you as usual.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's Mean Mama's turn. Let's see here. Going to give it a perception check, which it has advantage on.
Two natural ones.
Only one of them was a natural one. Alright, so it got a 19. Adrian, roll me a stealth.
Which I get at advantage.
Well, that's fair because it's got advantage to detect you. So
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I get advantage just because I'm invisible.
He's tracking you by smell. He's got keen sense.
He's still invisible.
Keen smell, excuse me. I'm not saying you don't get your advantage. I'm saying it got its advantage as well.
Yep, 22.
Okay. So while it probably smells that you're in the area, it does not smell you well enough to pinpoint where you're currently at. Which
Okay.
means it's going to go for what it sees. Let's see here. How does that work? It doesn't seem overly interested in the robot, so it just sort of runs around it. On the plus side, however, it was not able to run straight towards Francis or Jade, so it does not get to use its pounce ability. For which you should probably be grateful. Well, I don't know, it's not as bad as I thought. Alright.
I'm back.
Let's see. Neither Francis or Jade has done anything to it to really draw its attention. So I'm just going to give you a good old even odd roll. And then drop my dice. Jade will be even. Francis will be odd. I rolled a 4. So it will attempt to bite Jade. Jade, what is your AC?
14.
I rolled a 19 on the dice. For a 25 total. It's a D10 plus. So you take 13 points of damage as this thing clamps down on you with its saber teeth.
Jesus.
Ow.
You can see unbridled rage in its eyes.
Quickly, Francis. Use your +1 sword as an OP.
So is it still biting me, or did it just, like, bite and then let go?
It just did its damage. You're able to pull your arm back as it reared its head back. Really, these sort of things ought to have like a grapple aspect to it, but they don't.
That's when we get higher.
Well, or I would specify that it was making a grapple attack.
Sure.
But you kind of think of it, it could do that and then apply damage basically as it ground its teeth together. Something to think about for next round. Alright, Jade, you're up. Wait a second. Roll that back a second, because you were supposed to go before it. Huh.
Well, I mean, it's already gone. It's alright.
Okay. I'll adjust the order before the next round, though. Must have been when I put it in descending order.
Well, since it's done, decided I'm a snack, I think it's time for trying to let it, be as past. And I'm going to shoot it. Well, probably screeching. And I'm going to use Imbued Strike.
Alright. Live and let live has gone out the window.
Yes, it has. I'm going to use my auto rifle. Of course, I rolled poorly.
But a 13 does hit it.
Eight plus what's your constitution? 10 is +2. So 10.
Okay.
And for my second attack... Oh, I'm sorry.
I was about to ask you if you got 2 attacks, but you do.
Ooh.
Oh, why?
Wow.
It's like both extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Unfortunately, you don't have
Let me turn-
advantage, so you are just using your first one.
Let me flank around it real quick.
Because the imbue doesn't do anything except add damage, right?
Yeah, let me double check.
Okay. I don't think it gives advantage, but
Just add. It does. I do gain advantage on my attack roll,
oh, okay,
and it does. It does both.
okay. Then we go with the natural 20.
Sweet.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so that's a crit. Roll your crit damage.
Do I do any just okay? I've never critted them. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
It's
So
basically
plus
it just
2 to
rolls-
that too.
Yeah, you just add another dice to it to your roll.
Because that's that. Did it roll 2d6 like it's or the 2 dice like it's supposed to?
Yes.
It
Roll
did.
20 that by itself.
So it'd be 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so 18. This thing ain't looking. It's suddenly not looking so good.
Crits will do that to it.
Yeah, they will in a hurry. Aramonto.
My Grand Blade's out like this. I try to shoot at the other thing, kind of flying around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come back to this thing and be like, "Alright, we're eating!" Come down with my Grand Blade. That's a 5. I'm sorry, that's a 8. Still won't hit.
No, no.
Foop! I'm gonna attack again! That is 12.
A 12 is what you need.
Hell yeah! Alright, 2d6. 6, 11, plus 3. 14. 14 points of damage.
It goes down. You sink the great grand blade. I mean, into its head, right between its eyes.
I struggle to get it back out. I'm like,
And it just kind of goes. It kind of twitches for a second and then just kind of slumps to the ground.
Alright, I got lunch, guys.
You killed it. You're in charge of cleaning it.
I suggest we butcher it here and quickly if it called to other people or other
Jade's gonna go
creatures.
poke around in the nest.
There are 3 of those football-sized eggs. As you
Are
touch them,
they
they're a
all-
little sticky on the outside and kind of leathery.
Cat's
I
gonna
thought the
be
drone shot into it.
Oh, that's right. They are all ruptured. You're right. That odor gets a lot stronger as you get close.
Cat's gonna be keeping watch just in case friends or mates come looking.
There's kind of there's some yolk spilled around. There's bits and pieces where you can see kind of the I guess embryonic state. They were just far enough along that you can kind of tell, they were indeed this kind of critter.
That's sad.
Does anybody know how to hide our scent, like on the ground?
That would require a survival check that y'all have been not great at.
First thing I'm gonna do while
I'm
everyone's
proficient
doing
in it.
that, Adrian's gonna look at the drone while still invisible and use his machine hacker talent.
Oh, the one over the river just kept going. Once Yanni missed it, it was off the map.
Okay. Never mind that.
You guys are going to try to amass a small drone army by the end of this session.
Roger.
Well,
Roger.
yeah.
So Jade's poking around the nest. Were y'all planning to try to butcher the animal?
I got it.
All right. You just start figuring out where to cut when you hear a call similar to what it let out.
y'all hear that?
Possibly an
It's like-
answering call.
It's impossible
Coming
not
kind
to
of from this
hear
direction
that.
up here. Somewhere like that.
Time's limited. Let's butcher as much as we can and get out of here.
butcher the whole. It's fine. I will let out. I will try to let out a similarly sounding call, so that they know everything's fine.
Maybe
Don't
we
come
should
down. It's a reactor.
move in the water so it doesn't track us. So I feel like we're about to be hunted for a while.
We are being hunted. You get used to that right now.
No, I mean by these animals. I know we're being hunted by some douche canoe, but you know.
How deep is the water?
Deeper and in the middle, moving fast enough that you want to be careful about how you crossed. Backtracking just a little ways. Kind of towards the south end of the map here. There are some stones that you might be able to cross on.
These convenient, dangerous, slippy rock.
Yes, that he had a map for.
That specifically says danger, slippery rocks.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Well, the other one said danger waterfall, but there wasn't a waterfall, so.
I mean, I'm amphibious. I'll be fine. Mostly.
We're heading
We're all
towards water.
concerned. Thank you.
To which I say we're heading towards the waterfall, aren't we? Yep. Giant rocks at the bottom of it? Yep. Bring it on.
Nice.
And also, one thing that I just thought of, but I might need time to do it. You said these things had a return function, correct?
The drones, yes. They essentially they keep up where they were launched from. So if they go too long without getting command, or if they're given the return command, they can just automatically go back to that spot.
Is there a way I can rig up a tracking feature?
What do you mean by tracking feature?
Essentially, let's say I turn the drone back on, allow it to return back to base, but give it also a means to send me a signal so I know where it's going.
Yeah, you could probably work on that. Give me a computer roll. And if you want, we'll say you were doing this while y'all were camped that night. Because Adrian had some time to work on his drone.
Computers or mechanics?
Well, if you're trying to reprogram it so it tells you where it is, the computers. If you're actually taking some kind of tracker, building some kind of tracker, and adding it to the thing, then mechanics.
Adding a tracker would be easier for me. Mechanics is my better skill. That's why I'm
Go with
putting that up.
mechanics then.
Okay, so okay.
Like strong arming it into the.
Not great. But how did I roll? Because something just occurred to me. If we were doing this at night, could I take 20 on that?
You know what? You probably could. Because trackers aren't like super high tech,
Yeah.
It's just, and you could take your time to find a good spot in there in the casing to put it.
Yep. I let it be free and head back to where it came from and keep a good eye on where it's going and when it stops.
Okay. All right. Now,
Essentially, one of the things I do want to notice, essentially when I get the signal that it has actually returned home, not just, died and crashed, essentially I wanted to let me basically send a ping at me, hey, I'm back home. Essentially, where it basically sends the signal, "I've arrived."
Yeah,
I
not a
needed.
problem. Not a problem.
Alright, good.
All right. Now on the clearly safe and not slippery rocks.
No. These are the exceedingly dangerous, but ironically named safety rocks.
The distant relative of the safety dance.
They're shaped like little circular cones.
All right. Now it just says rocks.
Danger rocks.
No. Now it just says rocks. All right. So all you guys are here. Go ahead and drop your pogs there. So you backtrack a little bit to where you had seen these rocks. About the time y'all are getting here, you hear an extremely long and almost mournful sounding roar from back the way you came.
Yep.
Yep, we're assholes.
Oh, come on. You just, from its point of view, destroyed its nest, killed and clearly ate part of its mate. I'm sure it's not going to hold grudges.
No. We didn't eat part of its mate. We saved it for later.
Yeah, this isn't an animal that's really capable of that, so it doesn't think in those terms. It just knows there's my mate and pieces are missing.
Maybe he'll take that as a warning.
Do we want to try and get across before this thing comes looking for us, or do we wait and fight it here? Because I don't think trying to do both at the same time would be advised.
Yeah, we really need to just try and get across this thing.
Alright.
Francis is just going to slip into the water and he'll try and grab anybody if they fall off the rocks.
Okay. Now, from the shore to about this blue line here, it is fairly shallow. You don't really have to worry about being swept away at that point. Over on the opposite side, from this blue line to the shore is the same way. Anything between those two darker blue lines, if you fall in the water, there's going to be checks to make sure you don't get swept away with the current.
We were allowed to bring gear with us, correct?
Yes, I believe you have your usual pack stuff with you.
Okay.
And like I said, y'all brought camping equipment like bedrolls and whatnot.
Microfilament wire, would that be useful for, like, rigging a bridge or like a line once one of us gets across?
Once one of you gets across, yes.
Kat will volunteer to go first because she's the bounciest.
Okay.
I also have
Francis could just swim across and do it.
That too.
I'd also like to point out that I have a grapple gun.
All right, Mabel.
We have many options.
I'm gonna tap Francis on the shoulder, and in Matsukai, I will say, "You think I can get on his shoulders, man?"
You're kind of big. I mean, I'm strong, but yeah, I think we'll just both go down.
Fine.
Hey, if it feels any better, Jade tried to convince me to do that one time whenever we had to make a quick escape, and well,
she's way heavier
I
than she
was
looks.
fine. She almost.
Fair enough.
All right, so what is the battle plan here? Because time is a factor.
The bounciest person's going first with the microfilament wire. We'll let them do that.
Kat will volunteer to go across first. What rolls you need?
All right, show me the path you're taking.
1 second. What's the button to click to make it do like a little back and forth?
You mean a little line like this?
Yes.
Well, but there's another button you can click to where it holds the line
Right
when you
click.
change directions. Okay. There is nowhere to get it on down here.
Let's see. You could wade to this one pretty easy. You could wade to that one pretty easy.
Okay. She'll wade out to this one then.
To which one? Okay, I see.
For some odd reason, mine isn't making the lines. Any thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know how to do the line thing either.
Okay, is that showing up?
Yes, I see all of that.
Okay, that is the path she's taking.
All right. So going from this rock to this one, give me let's see, acrobatics or athletics. What would baseline jumping be under?
I think it can typically be either one.
Okay, whichever one you're comfortable with then. So you rolled a 10?
Thank you.
Okay, with a 10, you splash into the water. Sploosh.
Whee!
Okay, does she need to roll something to get out?
Yes, because you want to avoid being swept away.
Yanni will fly down within grabbing distance.
Swimming is, I think, athletics.
Nope.
Oh no.
Cats hate water.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
This is your thing. You got this. Oh.
Alright, you smash into this rock here. Yeah, take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And you were being, like I said, you were being swept away. Now, Adrian, you said Yanni flies down close to her?
Enough to grab, yeah, because he can fly.
And he's got little arms. Does he have little arms?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Give me an attack roll with him to try and basically grapple her.
Can it be at advantage since she would be like reaching for?
Give me a Constitution saving throw to see how rattled you are from bopping your head on the rock. Yes, you may reach for him and he may have advantage.
Ooh, good thing.
Yes, a very good thing. Alright, Yanni gets a hold of you. How strong is Yanni?
He has a strength of 5, but basically he's double booking it in the other direction. So he's trying to outfly the current.
Alright, so with a 5, that would not be enough. It wouldn't be enough that he could pick her up out of the water for sure.
Well, that's not what he's trying to do. He's just trying to outpace the current.
Yeah. He's probably not quite going to make it. However, the next check she gets, she will have advantage on to either swim against the current, or maybe he drags over to the rock and she tries to get up on the rock. either one of those options, she'll have advantage on. All right, is anybody else in the party going to try to cross? So they're going to wait and see what happens to Cat.
I'm gonna try to get up and try to cross.
All right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the same route she did, and then I'm gonna instead of going for like a fancy like parkour jump, he's just gonna go for like a running long jump.
Okay. So basically, he'll wait out to this rock, get on one end of it, and then run and leap off the other end.
Yeah, and then long.
All right. That'll be athletics.
Yeah. 3. That is plus 3. Sorry, 19.
Okay, you land on this rock.
I'm like this, like I did it, guys.
Only 3 or 4 more of those jumps to go. All right, what about the rest of you?
I will.
Francis is gonna swim out to where Cat is.
Okay. Give me an athletics once you get out into the deeper water. Now, does your amphibious nature give you any kind of advantage? Or do you just have a water movement speed?
I just have water movement speed, and I can't drown. So,
And what is your movement
So
speed?
you don't gotta roll anything then.
Yeah, probably
same
not.
as my walking speed, 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. The current is not a. Basically, the heavy current, going against the heavy current would be like difficult terrain.
Finally, something decent.
So yeah, you zip out to her, no problem.
Hey, I got you. You all right?
Apparently not.
Cat just kind of like awkward head pats.
With the one free hand, the other Yanni's got the other one.
You're like this.
I don't know.
I like it.
Jade's gonna start trying to cross too while all this is going.
All right, now Patrick, you said Hole was also trying to cross.
Correct.
Is he doing the jump thing? Or is he trying to use his grappling hook some kind of way?
Yes, I will.
Will...
We'll checking something real quick. I just had an idea.
Okay, well, you're gonna look something up then. We'll go over Jade.
All right.
All right, Jade, where are you gonna jump from?
Oh, where's the power again?
You said it there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get to there without any kind of roll.
Is he still on this rock?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna jump over. Well, I guess I can start right here, can I? Right.
Yeah.
there.
Any of these 3 are fine for starting.
Okay, then I'm gonna jump over here to this one.
Okay, give me a roll.
Okay, that doesn't work then. All right.
I'm going to give them a clear berth.
Ah!
Yep, you land over there with no trouble.
I'm gonna walk along over here. Do I need to wait to jump again, or?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All right. The thing I was going to check up, which would have been amazing to pull off, but unfortunately the rules say I can't. Okay. I will, however. Not really a straight line. Tragically, I'm not higher level otherwise. Because one of the abilities of my build as a engineer. I get a jetpack later on, and this would be great use for
But you're not quite there yet.
That'd be super useful right now.
it. Yeah. All right.
Good thing I stranded y'all in the jungle now and not later.
All right.
All right, Patrick. Like I said, you can get to any of these 3 rocks without any, wading through the water without any danger being swept. So any of those 3 can be your starting point.
Go there. We go there.
All right. Give me an acrobatics or athletics, whichever you're better at.
Picture you
Okay.
jumping like in midair, shoot the grappling hook.
The grappling hook is in case I botch this.
It's his emergency plan B.
Yes.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
All right, so give me a roll.
Ooh.
You land with no issues at all. Adrian, are you going to attempt to cross?
Let's see. You said up to here was fine.
Yes, yeah.
So he's gonna go there. And he'll wait till people have...
All right, then in that case, we are back up to Cat. All right, Cat.
What?
Francis has got a hold of you, so you're not going anywhere.
This worked out a lot better in my head.
Are you going to try to
Yeah,
climb
that's
this rock?
the story of my life.
You going to try to climb this rock you're next to, or just let Francis drag you to shore?
How would it would slow him down to try and drag someone to shore, correct?
Yes,
So
it would
with
take a
half
little while
speed?
longer.
She will get up on the rock and try again, just in case someone else manages to fall in like she.
Okay. Give me a athletics roll to climb.
Athletics to climb. 18.
All right, you get up on the rock, no problem. Where are you going to go from there?
The closest rock, the one.
Would probably be that one.
Yeah, right there.
All right. As you run to the edge, you try to jump off. All right, that'll be enough to make the jump. But as you're trying to jump off from this shaded side, give me a dexterity saving throw.
My dice finally like me again.
They do.
For now.
All right, you
For
land
now.
on this rock just fine. You
Was
realize
was that the warning slippery rock?
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, the shaded side here, yeah, it seems to be kind of slick and mossy.
She'll kind of call that out, be like, "Watch out, it's slick here."
I would like to jump to this rock over here.
All right, give me a roll.
1921.
Okay, that's enough to make the jump. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Right. I'm good at these. No, I'm not.
You're a paladin, of course you're not.
Tale as old as time. That is a 7.
Sploosh!
Ooh.
It would have been a beautiful leap, but your feet came out of it from under you and you kind of belly flop into the water.
Do I at least make it to land on my ass on the other rock? Some sort of long distance Jetson slip.
No, it's more like, ah!
Oh.
Legs shoot up back behind you, and you kind of face plant into the water. All right.
That's the
Give me a dexterity saving throw, not to be smashed into the rocks.
17.
All right, you managed to avoid that. Give me an acrobatics check, or not acrobatics, athletics check to try to swim against the shore or against the current. Should have done those rolls in reverse order.
That's a 7.
All right, so
sorry, that's a 9.
So you are swept
Well,
away, but you managed to avoid the rock. Though next round you may slam into this one. Jade, you want to give me a roll?
Matsukai, I'm calling out Francis.
Give me 1 second. I'll be back in a second.
All right, Jade, you may be muted. I didn't hear anything from you earlier. All right, it's a 5-foot jump.
Oh, right here.
Okay. A 15 will make the jump because you're only jumping 5 feet basically. But give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid the slippery. Sploosh. All right, acrobatics or athletics roll to avoid being swept away by the current. All right, dexterity save to not smash into a rock. Well, that was beautifully done, at least.
No, it wasn't.
So you start getting swept away, but you manage to, you manage to maneuver yourself in the water enough to avoid the rocks.
Can I grab one or just wait?
Next round, you can attempt to, yes.
Okie dokie.
Adrian, what would you like to do?
Well, seeing where people slipped, he's going to back up, take 10 feet to get that running leap bonus for long jumping and try to land there.
Okay. Now, this rock here has not been slippery so far. It's like in the middle where the current's the strongest, maybe more water splashes up or something.
Oh, okay. Well, he's still going to
But yeah, I mean, that's
land
still...
on this rock.
You mean athletics or acrobatics, whichever. At least all of y'all are getting a good bath today.
Guess
Sploosh.
so.
Acrobatics roll. Or,
Right there.
not acrobatics.
Athletics.
Athletics to try not to get swept away.
Actually, no. Bonus action, he's going to phase shift, open up a portal. He's going to jump over onto this.
Some kind of short range teleport you get.
Yep.
And you say is it blink like a misty step, or is it actually a portal?
It's a
that opens
misty
up?
step, basically.
Okay.
I'm just saying is he basically does the whole, since you described it with the last guy we fought doing the whole warp nonsense, it's kind of the same visual effect.
Okay. So y'all hear a splash, but by the time you look over, he's already disappearing and reappearing over on this rock. Him and whatever water was closest to his skin that went with him splashes onto the rock. Let's see. Is Patrick back yet? No, he's still muted. Okay. Francis, what are we doing now? You got 2 people in the water.
Aramonto, I'm sorry. Francis completely bypasses him and swims toward Jade.
That's so...
Understandable. Have a nice.
The last we saw of our Monto was his one hand up out of the water, giving us the universal sign for number one. Clearly, he wanted us to carry on.
Jada seniority.
I mean, true.
He's used to rescuing her.
In
It's just
Matsukai, in Matsukai, I will mutter, I will remember this.
Alright, so you go over and grab Jade. I'm assuming she's not going to resist.
You made that sound really bad.
Well, I just mean you don't have to make an attack roll if she's not trying to avoid you.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're coming from, Zach. I'm worried about you now. They shouldn't sound bad to a normal person. Alright. As that is going on,
Oh boy.
someone has arrived on the far shore.
Oh no.
He is not pleased.
Guys, I'm betting this guy can swim.
Pretty safe bet.
Let's see. What is his dex? Oh, wait, his strength's a lot higher. So it jumps for this rock here. And misses and splashes into the shallow water.
Cat's gonna start taking shots at it from her position until people get a little bit farther.
Then uses the rest of his movement to scramble back up on the rock. Was that a Patrick I heard?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. All right, Patrick, where are you going from here? Before the next monster shows up, where are you going from here?
Let's see. I'm going to go.
Are we level 5?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I'm going to try to go to this rock.
All right. Give me both an acrobatics or athletics, whichever, and a dexterity save. Well, never mind. It doesn't matter. Well, that's a 7 on the dice. What do you add to that?
As I realize I've been doing all of this as a level 4 character.
Welcome
Whose
to
fault is it?
Taylor. Welcome to Taylor's world.
All right, who rolled the 7 right there? No name came up next to it.
That was
was me, because I was sitting there going, wait a minute, and then I realized, wait, we're level 5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been doing everything at level 4, so that was me rolling my HP for level 5 real
Gotcha.
quick.
All right, Patrick, that roll
So let me
is great
fix
for
that.
your jump. Now give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid slipping on the slippery rock.
Oh.
You get on that, you arrive on your rock just fine. You may wind up the only character that doesn't get wet out of this.
The DM said it. Now it's gonna. Now it's not gonna happen.
That was my first thought.
All right, back to the top of the order then with Cat.
She is taking shots at the big bear kitty until folks get closer over and out of the water and such. And does she have any kind of advantage on it or anything since it's on slippery rocks?
No, because it's not on the slippery rock right now.
Okay.
Once it starts hitting these ones in the middle, yeah, you might.
Never mind.
Think about it.
Oof.
Your shot dings off the rock.
More where that came from.
It laughs at you like the duck hunt dog.
That's an old reference.
I'm old. All right.
Don't anger him.
I think that ship has
I
sailed.
would let. Aramonto would like to try to climb onto the rock he's right next to.
All right, give me an athletics.
That's a 6.
That's not going to do it. All right, so give me another athletics roll to not be swept away by the current.
That's a 9.
That's not going to do it. Give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid being smashed into the rock.
That's cocked. There we go. That's a 17. So at least I'm consistently not getting smashed.
You are. You managed to move yourself around, the edge of the rock without actually hitting.
I'm like trying to catch it with my grand blade, like.
Let's see, that's those two. Jade and Francis, how are y'all maneuvering?
I'm heading pulling her towards the nearest rock.
All right, that'd be right here.
Do I need to roll anything to climb up on it?
Yes, athletics, but you have advantage as Francis is basically pushing you up.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, so you're up there.
No promises.
Adrian, what are you doing?
Yes. Well, he's gonna back up here on the rock, so give people room to jump on.
Okay.
Yanni will float over here-ish, and they're both gonna throw pot shots at the bear dog saber tooth motherfucker thing.
Air dog saber fucker thing.
Is the
Yanni.
technical name for it?
First, 19,
That's a hit.
5 force damage, and me, 22 and a 13.
To hits, that both hits.
For another 5 force
Eldritch
damage.
Blast.
Okay. Hull. You gonna attack the thing or try to get across?
Hell, this rock will get me to shore. So, it. And so, I guess another athletics roll.
All right, and you were going from right here. Okay. That's good enough for the jump. Now give me a dexterity saving throw. All right, you make it across.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. So I'm actually on the shore now.
Yes. I mean, you're standing on that rock, but that you are far enough over now that you can wade through the water without any trouble. Or
All
if that
right.
rock connects to the land, you can just hop on the land and actually stay completely dry.
Congrats, you did it. Now help us out.
Now that I got over there,
He
I
looks
will
back and goes,
fire.
"So long, suckers!" and takes off. Oh no!
I will
All the jumping was your action.
Oh, okay.
Jade, or not Jade, Cat shot, so she didn't get a chance to do any of the jumping.
Gotcha.
All right, but that is all of y'all having gone, which means now it's the big boy's turn. Or maybe I should call him the Widower now.
Oh.
Give him a nice
So
ominous name as he hunts you for the rest of this campaign. He
Oh,
just can't
boy.
figure out how he keeps getting on spaceships and following us.
I'm into it.
Alright, he attempts to jump here. He succeeds.
You don't have a running jump that time, you idiot. You stupid cat.
And none of those rocks are really big enough for him to get his 20 feet of running to pounce. I'm not going to get to have these things pounce on anybody.
You're not.
Yeah, good thing I got a couple more sessions of y'all on this planet.
Yay!
Alright, Cat.
She's gonna try and get to the shore.
Okay. Get to safety, then shoot.
Yeah. Acrobatics.
Okay.
And into the drink.
Into the drink, indeed. Give me an athletics roll to avoid being swept away. And a dexterity saving throw to avoid being smashed into rocks.
Would it be close enough to the shore that it's now shallow?
No.
Okay.
You're on the wrong side of the blue line.
Of course.
Oh.
You smack yourself on this rock as you pass by. 2 points of damage. At least my dice seem to like y'all tonight.
Stabbing through with my grand blade, Armanto's gonna try to prop himself up with it and try to get himself up.
Alright, give me an athletics roll to try to climb up this rock.
Do I get advantage for using my grand blade?
No.
Damn it.
It is not designed as a climbing tool, nor is it designed particularly to cut rock.
It's a 3. I'm sorry, it's a 5.
Alright, give me another athletics roll to try not to be swept away.
That is a 7. This dice fucking hates me.
Give me a dexterity
Welcome
saving
to
throw to
my
avoid being
world.
smashed into the rock.
That is a 12.
6 points of damage as you strike your head on the rock
What
and drift
the
on past it.
Bye, guys. It was nice knowing you.
Except all that comes out as...
Alright.
And then next week you find another sentinel that uses a different kind of two-handed weapon.
God.
This is how I die, guys, and I'm the only one on camera.
We'll never forget you. What was his name again? I literally forgot.
We'll never forget you, replaceable sentinel number 2. Alright, Francis, what you doing?
I'm gonna use my full movement to swim out and grab him.
Aww.
As he swims by, sorry, cat! Alright, so that's basically you double move to get out there to him, so no problem there.
And I'm gonna burn my second wind to try and get him to the other side of the shore, or at least to the shallows.
Okay. And how far can you move? You got a 30 movement.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Going against the current is difficult terrain. But you were going with the current to get to him. Assuming you're not fighting the current, you can get over really close to the shallow, but not quite there this round. And you drift further downstream because you're not really fighting the current so much. You're just trying to get to the side period.
And no athletics check required?
No, you just got movement speed.
Gotcha.
Everybody else doesn't have a actual water movement speed.
Yeah, all right, man. You look like you got a little bit banged up.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if he dropped his grand blade.
No. Grand blade morphs into my arm.
Yeah, when you're not using it, but you were using it.
I would assume when he stopped, using it to hold himself up, it would warp back in.
Yeah, you know what they say about assumptions, though. Alright, so let's see. That was Cat, Francis. Jade, what are you doing this round?
Let me ask for counsel on this side. Oh, quick.
The side that is drowned and the side that hasn't drowned yet.
I guess.
Oh, and we're being raided.
Is it 8 o'clock already?
Yeah, we are.
I guess I'm gonna jump.
Welcome, Curious Crafts, to your raiding party. We're always happy to see you.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
You currently get to see the party trying and failing to leap rock to rock to cross a river while a monster's chasing them.
Failing miserably in my case.
Well, you're the counterbalance to Patrick's, glorious success.
Gee, thanks, Patrick.
It's balanced, as all things should be. All right, Jade, so what was it you were going to ask everybody?
Oh, I was asking Zach
Oh.
if I should shoot or jump, and he said jump, so I'm gonna jump.
All right, where are you jumping to?
I mean, honestly, isn't this little blue line right here where Yanni is the shallow?
Right.
Spot?
If you get to, as long as you get to the other side of it, you're in the shallow, calmer water.
I think I'm gonna aim for the rock, but honestly, I don't care if I miss the rock and land in shallow water.
If you don't make it to the rock, you'll be like me. I got washed away as well. Because I was on this rock here.
Yeah.
So you'll get boned if you don't make it.
Then the rock. I'm
Alright.
definitely aiming for the rock.
Give me a roll.
Do I need to roll for the moss
Yes.
first?
Oh, yes. But it doesn't really matter what.
That was
order.
Dex.
Yes, dexterity
Okay.
saving throw.
Ha! Screw you, moss.
You managed not to slip. Now give me your acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you're comfortable with.
God damn it.
Sploosh. All right. You land in
At
the
least
water.
it's a rated-
Give me an athletics roll to avoid being swept away. And a dexterity saving throw to avoid being smashed into the rocks as you swept away.
Oh, now I get high numbers.
So
Screw you, dice.
You manage to weave through these rocks very carefully.
Just not not on your own volition.
Well, it's basically like she's able to get her feet around, either kick off of them or catch herself with her hands and kind of push off of them, as opposed to just smacking into them. Let's see. Hull, what are you doing this round?
I will line myself up. I'm gonna provide some cover fire, and by cover fire, I mean shooting my laser.
All right, fire your
That's
laser.
fair.
It's a laser hull. One. And if not, that would be hit this on that. Yep. Do I have advantage because it's on the slippery rock now, or is that still no?
No, because it's just standing. That's really not going to make it harder to hit.
Okay, well, that's a 16 then.
Okay. That is a hit.
Ooh, okay. So. How many dice? How much dice is that? 6, I think. Be 1 second. Yep.
So how much does your laser do?
46. That was. Why did it roll it like that? Give me 1 second.
All right, so that was 1d6 for 1 point. And what are your other 3d6s?
I remember that there.
All right, so a total of 18. That's a pretty good lick. That does some very visible damage to it. It roars.
And now I will use one of my coordinated attacks. Ooh, the thing that because it's. I think anyone who shoots it next is going to be at advantage.
What was that now? You broke up on me.
Anyone who shoots it next is at advantage against it.
Okay.
Guiding bolt. I love that spell. I mean,
Yeah,
laser beam.
Yeah, it does 46 radiant damage. And your next attack roll against the target will. Basically, imagine a laser designator that also hurts you.
All right, I think Adrian's the only one that has not gone this round. On y'all's side.
Yep.
All right, Adrian, what you doing? Before Big Bad gets to go again.
Yanni's going over to grab Cat. And Adrian's gonna shoot the dog.
Okay.
It's fun how that works out.
It's not a
Actually,
dog,
hold
but
on.
okay. It is some sort of saber-toothed stem mammal. But alright, give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
Is that 2 rolls?
Yep.
You get to
One
use
of
2
those should have advantage.
One of those
Yeah.
should have advantage. The first one's a 20. Yeah. Let me roll again for the first one.
Okay.
So 2 21s.
Alright, well, both of them hit regardless, so.
And yes, I do get 2 because I'm level 5.
That's right.
Cantrip dice.
17 force damage.
Alright, it's looking pretty rough here. And it will attempt to leap to this rock.
Also, Yanni has a hold of Cat and is trying to get her to the shallows.
Yeah, it can drag her the 5 feet or so she needs to get over to the shallower stuff. So she is now safe. Alright, it jumps and lands on the slick part. So, saving throw. Ooh.
Oh no.
It leaps and lands on the rock with no problem. But even before its back feet, it lands, 4 limbs first. Before its back legs even hit the ground or land on the rock, you can see it starting to slide forward on the slick moss growing on the stones. And into the water it goes.
Oh shit.
And it proceeds to be swept away as it struggles to swim.
Oh sure, the cat doesn't have any rocks to hit on the way over, asshole.
Hey now, it's the offended party. Y'all are the bad guys in this situation.
The DM would say that.
That's true. Alright. So the next round, Adrian and Hole are already safe. Cat is safe.
Can we say I went limp in Francis's arms, like just kind of like there? When I see the cat go by, I'm like, oh shit, and I'll pull out one of my blade or no, I won't pull out my blade. I will fire a laser blast of my own.
All right. Francis, he swoons in your arms.
I'm kind of going limp and letting my
You're
rig
swooning.
do
It's
the
fine.
do the
You swoon. It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Francis knows he has that effect on people.
24. I'm using a laser blast.
All right, that's a hit.
All right, 46. 6, 12, 13, 14, 19 points of damage. And then if it lived, someone has advantage on it.
It abruptly stops trying to swim and just sort of bobs in the water as the current carries it off.
I'll come back for food for you later. Just continue to go limp in Francis's arms.
As Jade goes floating by.
Jackass!
Jade, give me an athletics check to avoid being swept away. Alright, with an 18, you manage to fight against the current and dog paddle the couple of feet over you need to get to the shallows.
Yay!
And with that, good. Yeah, I'm assuming Francis just finishes dragging Armato to the shore.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have no trouble doing that as you actually have water movement.
Hey, big guy, did you see where I got that fucking cat? It was great.
Yeah, that was real good. We're very proud of you. Hey,
man.
That's the
can I
half
see your head
drown
is?
sitting on top of the head. Yeah, it's a good guy. We've killed an entire family of these things.
French just checks the back of his head to make sure there's no horrible gash.
Nah, he's
There
got a
it
goose
is.
egg. That's about it.
At this point, Adrian just sounds like, okay, how thick is the fucking junk in this place?
Pretty thick action. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna pat my head and my rig will glow and I'll use the regenerative force to
Okay.
pump 6 hit points into it. And then he shakes his head like he's good and he's like, okay, that's better. I'm not a freaking moron now. See the goose egg go back down and then he's not loopy anymore.
Hole, sometime during all this excitement, you got a signal from that drone you sent back, or did you had already sent it back, right?
Yes.
Okay. You'd gotten a signal from that drone you sent back that it had arrived back at home. And it gave you the little signal for where it was. Oddly enough, it's kind of back the way you came. Which also means back across the river and all that.
Right. Well, it still gives us the option to, in one regards, find a safer place to basically
What now?
cross. Oh, sorry. That gives us more, since we're on the opposite side of the river, it gives us a safer place. Basically, we try to find a safer place to cross.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so y'all made it across. Where are y'all going from here?
Because, like I said, I essentially determined where the drones were being launched from. Or at least this drone.
Yeah, and you're able to, pinpoint coordinate-wise on a map kind of where it's at. Like I said, it's back more the direction you came from.
Using the coordinates that we have in our relative location, is the direction we're trying to go which direction?
Kind of north and a little east. It's kind
Is
of
it
just
mostly
it's just
along
kind of
the
the
river?
overall direction you're traveling from the landing pad that you started off at.
Okay. Is that direction mostly along the river, or is it going straight into the jungle?
The river is going more or less north. So you could follow the river some, but eventually you're gonna veer away from it.
Okay.
You were going to have to cross it at some point.
Alrighty.
Assuming that it doesn't turn, assuming it continues more or less straight.
Adrian, back up a little ways from the river. Sort of sit down and say, "Give me 10 minutes." He's going to start working on hacking the world a little while.
All right, what are you trying to create or trying to do?
He's making a vehicle. Because the guys said that they couldn't bring vehicles, but for powers. One of his Esper powers is he can make a vehicle. So it works within the rules that they were given.
At least you hope. There was a discussion, I think, last time where y'all were debating.
No, actually, we didn't debate that with him.
No, not with him. Amongst yourselves, I think the question came up as to whether that would count or not.
Well, he said we could use Esper powers. He's using an Esper power. He said we couldn't bring vehicles. We didn't bring a vehicle.
Did he say you couldn't bring them, or did he say you couldn't use them?
Bring
Exactly.
them.
couldn't bring
Exactly.
vehicles.
How did he word that?
He said we couldn't bring vehicles to use. And we asked him if we could use Esper powers. He said we could use Esper powers and anything else we have on us. So he didn't bring a vehicle. He is creating one with his power, and that is an extension of himself.
Okay, as long as he's as rule lawyer as you are, it'll be fine.
It's gonna be like 40 drones on him now. Like, that's a vehicle. Fuck yeah.
That's when the cloaked orbital mass. What are those weapons called? Railguns start firing off.
Yes, it's mass driver.
Mass driver. Thank you. Oh, we detected a vehicle.
So provided nothing happens, he's going to take 10 minutes to do that.
Okay.
And there is now a vehicle that's capable of holding 6 people.
What?
Is it still a land vehicle?
Yep.
Yes, I don't
Once-
think he gets access to flying vehicles for a while.
Yeah.
Once I get access to being able to cast things at a power level 5, they can start flying. 4th level, they can be underwater aquatic vehicles.
Okay.
That would have been helpful.
In this case, it's basically just land vehicles for right now.
All right, so you get you a little Land Rover pulled out of the ether of the universe.
As he's doing that, I'm kind of like scoping the area out.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Or a perception. Perception will work.
Is that everybody or just?
Aramato said he was checking the area out, so he's getting to make the
You
roll.
said either or.
Yeah, either one's fine.
That's a 13.
You find some large tracks on this side of the river. But you're not sure what kind of creature they belong to. And it's a river. A lot of animals are going to come here to get water.
Sure. I will point that out to the rest of the party and be like, tracks. Let's make our own.
So a few minutes later, Adrian has created his vehicle. You all load up. And while most of the jungle is going to be too thick to try to drive through,
That's why I was asking about the river.
but you can cut quite a bit of travel time, off of your trip by following the river as far as you can. The jungle thins out a little bit getting to the water.
We have 8 hours.
So you travel for 8 hours. You drive for 8 hours. Some of those large kind of legged manatee things. You startle a small herd of those. They don't quite know what to make of you. And as
But
you
I'm
drive
as
by,
big as they are.
They kind of
Very fast.
They kind of waddle off into the water. And at some point, you drive close enough to the tree line, one of the trees reaches out and smacks your vehicle, but it doesn't do enough damage to worry about. And y'all are quickly out of its reach.
I'm like this to the tree. The whole time.
If you could speak tree, it's telling you to come back here and say that. But you travel till nightfall. It's about halfway through the day. Do you want to continue traveling at night as long as the vehicle lasts? Or before it gets dark, do you want to stop and find somewhere to camp?
He'll slow down on the vehicle, not go its full speed, but he'll keep driving until they find a spot to stop.
Okay. Everybody give me a survival check, see if you find a good spot to stop.
11.
It has an advantage.
Alright, so y'all are traveling along, and none of you are really seeing any areas that stand out any more than anywhere else. Until Hull cries out and tells you to stop and back up a little bit.
Okay, stop. Back up some.
Through the woods,
Over the river.
you managed to spot a little clearing, because some of the light from the planet the moon orbits. Because while it's night now, there's just enough of that planet showing to cast to make it as bright as a moonlit night. You manage to spot kind of a clearing with some open sky. Sure enough, you get out, you investigate it. There's none of the I don't want to say living trees, but none of the angry trees, none of the we'll say predatory trees.
Wow.
Well, they whack in it. They wallop anything that runs by, and presumably eat it some
The
kind of way.
Whomping Willows.
I was trying to avoid saying that, but yeah. Though, like I said, when you had investigated the other one, it's not actually a tree. It is some other form of plant that kind of camouflages itself as the surrounding trees. But anyway,
Goddamn mimics.
the clearing is free of those. No real signs of a lot of animals passing through. You know, you find an area. It's a good area to put to start a little fire up. Hopefully nothing big enough to give you away, but enough that it should keep the local animals at bay.
I'm into it.
And the night passes fairly uneventfully. I want to assume the same watch order as last time.
Yes.
But
I will go ahead and activate my construct.
okay.
Actually, we have a 24/7 guard right now.
Okay. So whoever else is on watch is always the attack droid.
I will find Francis at towards the end of before we start watch. I'll find Francis and I'll go up to him and be like, and continuing to talk to him in Matsukai, because I don't know if it soothes him, if it makes him feel better that somebody else can speak his language or not. But I like to give that shot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll find him and I'll say, hey, I know, you know, the people that you already knew had to have priority in this mission, and I understand that I would, if I met anyone in the Toreador, I would probably, if anyone from the Toreador still lived, I would probably feel the same. But I want to thank you for coming back for me.
Listen, let's not really talk about that. It was a snap judgment on my part. Leaving you, not coming back for you part.
I don't know. I've gone through a lot of abandonment already, and you know.
Good job, Francis. You've triggered his abandonment issues.
Woohoo!
He just stops talking and looks off to the side.
That's worth some bonus XP, right?
As he realizes, I'm the red shirt in this group.
That sudden realization. He just stops talking. He just looks off to the side.
Wait,
He has
I have a name nobody can pronounce. That's almost like not having a name.
a 1,000-yard stare.
Hey, listen. By the time this is over, we're gonna find our friend. We're gonna get off this planet, you included, and then we're gonna find the son of a bitch who did all this, and then we're gonna kill him. And I'm gonna make sure he dies screaming. So, fuck up, alright?
Nice pep talk.
I want inspiration for that.
No, I think Francis
Fair.
should have inspiration for that. I haven't given out an inspiration, I think, this whole campaign.
Fair enough. I will keep that in mind, and I would also like a piece of that person's screaming corpse for taking out my ship.
Wow,
I understand that.
You some vengeful mofos.
It's like I took some sort of oath of vengeance or something. I don't know.
It's not really a sentinel thing.
It kind of is.
Wow, cat can't understand any of this and is just trying to figure out how to cook the dead mama cat over the fire.
Well, you
And that was
stick
it.
it on a spit and then you rotate it over the fire.
Just keep doing that for like an hour and you're good.
Instructions unclear. Poked eye out.
It is not especially good eating.
It's
It's edible. It's food, but
very gamey.
Yes. Yeah.
I like gamey food.
Well, it's what you
I've
do
also
used to,
been
buddy.
in the wild for a few months. Yeah, I was gonna say I've also been in the wilds for a few months, but I like gamey food.
Raw meat's
like an-
okay too.
It's like an acquired taste at this point.
All right, but the night passes fairly uneventfully. Again, lots of animal noises. This time, you hear some loud splashing in the river that's not too far off every now and then. But nothing disturbs you in your little clearing. So the next day, you're up at dawn. And the dawn seems to come a little earlier today. But you remembered in the reports that the day-night cycle on this moon is kind of messed up because it factors into where you're at in position to the sun, plus where you're at in position to the hot Jupiter that this moon orbits, plus things like those eclipses, where the other moons are. So as you wake up, you realize it's not so much that the sun is up, so much as more of that hot Jupiter is up. And it gives off a good bit of light itself.
So we're up at 3 a.m. and the sun rose. Or what we think is the sun rose.
Basically, I mean, it's more like 4 or 5. It's a little early, not freakishly early.
Okay.
You've still gotten your full long rest and all that.
Okay.
You have a few more hours travel along the river before you'll have to branch off away from it and get back into the thicker jungle. Let's see, where's a good map to put y'all on?
Like the sound of that.
I guess we'll go back and use this map again. I just need random jungle. So as you're traveling next to the river, now this map should be mirrored because you're on the opposite side of the river, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just assume north is down right now. You're passing another another herd of those sort of manatee-ish things. And I say that because they've got the fairly bulbous...
The bulbous bodies with legs.
Yeah. And, kind of the blunt face. And they seem to be eating aquatic plants, There's sections of... some of those kind of slimy rocks like you see them kind of feeding off that. Or in the center of the river diving down to get something. And as usual, they're not really paying you any attention. You don't know if the saber-tooth things don't bother them, or if it's just that anything smaller than those saber-tooth things don't really register as a predator to them. But they really just don't pay you any attention. Assuming you're not dumb enough to do something like try to approach one of their calves or something. You figure you could probably trigger a mama bear response out of them with doing something dumb like that.
Yeah.
But, this is one of the larger herds you've seen. And this is a wider part of the river, so there's more room for them. You haven't seen any sign of predators lately.
No drones or nothing.
Beg your pardon?
No drones.
No, you have not seen any drones today. You don't know if you lost them crossing the river, Or
They have, like,
maybe he's
oh.
running out of them. Yeah, you really don't know.
Just keep hacking them, and they just keep not coming back.
Those things are expensive. But suddenly, from across the river on the other side, there is a loud noise, followed by another, and then another, and then another. You don't see what's causing it. Whatever it is past the tree line. But it is unbelievably loud. It sounds like somebody's got 5 or 6 diesels back there honking their horns all at the same time. The manatee pod freaks out. And when I say it sounds like diesels, it's that same kind of horn. You know, this is not a natural sound, or at least you wouldn't think it would be. Yeah, but it's like somebody's just laying on that horn. The pod panics and begins scrambling away from the noise. Up onto the shore and towards you.
We run.
Yeah, we're getting the hell out.
Alright, it's that scene from The Lion King with Mufasa and the wildebeest herd.
Well, as long as our brother isn't waiting on a cliffside, we should be good.
How wide is the total diameter of the herd?
Oh, I don't know, a little wider than this map.
Oh shit!
I mean, they're not packed shoulder to shoulder necessarily, but there's a lot of them. And they're running in just blind panic. So what I'm going to need from everybody is going to be reflex saving throws.
Dex save.
Dexterity.
You're right. Dexterity, I'm sorry. I still play in a Pathfinder game, so I still get them mixed up.
13.
You see Hole running on the tops of them.
Hall and Cat both just jump on top of one and like, yeehaw!
They've got 1 foot on one and then 1 foot on another one.
I'm king of the world!
No, but Cat and Hole do manage to stay out of everybody's way the best.
Whereas I think Cat's doing the whole Van Damme splits on 2 of them.
And Jade rolled very well too. So basically, everybody that made it, which is anybody that rolled over a 15.
Oh.
So that is Hole, Jade, and Cat. You will take half damage.
Oh.
Everybody else takes full.
Would this be something she could see?
Very clearly, I imagine.
What do you mean
She's
by...
going to use uncanny dodge and not take any of the damage.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely do that. Well, do you use that on saving throws or is that on attack versus attacks?
Would it be considered an
I believe
attack?
it's just whenever you take damage.
Think of this more like a trap. It's not that they're intentionally attacking you, it's just the sheer number of them running through this area.
I'm just going to double check the wording on it.
Okay. It's 13 points of damage for anybody that takes full.
Okay. It's not bad. Oh, wait, that's slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage, yeah?
It'd be bludgeoning, yes.
Okay, I have resistance to that by 3. 1, I get 3 of that back. Heavy Armor Master.
The wording's different than like Uncanny Dodge and D&D, so I'll take half probably.
Okay. All right. So the first round, all of you just start running. But these things are deceptively fast while they're panicked.
Suddenly the Johnny Quest theme plays in the background. Dun, dun.
Oh no.
Nice. In the second round, as y'all are getting into jungle a little bit, are there any particular actions you would like to take to try to get climb a tree, dive behind something, hide under a
Let me
log,
see.
anything like that?
Which one of you is branded?
That would be me.
Okay. I will take people can I get with this spell? Okay, I will take myself, Francis, and branded. And my rig will flare up and I'll cast sensory boost. Or I will forge sensory boost.
Okay, and what does that do exactly?
I'll post it.
Basically my aimbots.
Okay.
+2 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Are there any trees nearby to climb?
Yes, by the time you spent the first round running, basically away from the river and into the jungle itself. So yes, there are plenty of trees around.
Cat is going to try and locate, with a quick glance, the sturdiest tree and try to get up in it.
Okay.
And then hold a hand down to help anyone else up.
All right, give me
this is
athletics or acrobatics.
This is what I was asking before: is why are we running in the same direction as the herd?
Blind panic.
Because we went to the Promethean school of running away things, apparently.
Well, see, I asked about like how wide the herd was before, and it's like what? Adrian's just gonna teleport up into the same tree Cat goes for.
Okay.
Because fuck that.
Cole will find another sturdy tree and he will grapple hook up the grapple gun that he has.
Our Romanto will take cover behind a tree where the next wave is coming through. So like whatever direction they're coming through, he's hoping that they don't try to bulldoze through the tree.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Sure. That dice took a fuck. I wish you guys could see that dice that took a journey. That is perception 7.
Okay. That's not going to be good enough. Basically,
No, it's not.
You think the tree looks pretty sturdy, but it winds up being too narrow, and they still manage to clip you. But Cat gets up in the tree. Adrian gets up in the tree. Hole, using his grappling hook, gets up in the tree. Francis, Jade, what are y'all planning to do?
Yeah, get into some trees.
All right, give me acrobatics or athletics.
Cat is holding down an arm to try and help anyone up.
Alright. So everybody manages to get out of the way except for Aramonto.
Really, no deck save.
Oh,
Roll
yes,
another
roll,
dex save.
roll me a deck save.
17.
Alright, so you take half of 13 points of damage, so basically 6 points of damage.
And then I take 3 of take 3 of that because of heavy armor mastery.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, you manage to stay behind that tree, but you get bumped rough a couple times.
Get tapped a few times, yeah.
All right, let's see. Third round, which will be the last round before they've thinned out. Everybody in the trees are fine. Aramonto, what are you going to do this go round?
Aramonto's terrified that he's too heavy, but then he saw Francis go up and he's like, "Wait, no, I can probably hack it." So he's going to look for, I believe it was Jade holding their hand out, or was it Cat?
It was Cat.
It was Cap.
It was Cat. Okay, I will and climb up with Cat's assistance.
All right, so athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
All right. Athletics. Yes, I'm gonna do athletics. That is 21.
All right, so you get up, no problem. Eventually, the herd thins out.
I am like I look super battered and bruised, and I'm just gonna like my rig will flare up again, and I'm just gonna and use my regenerative force again
Okay.
to get myself back up to full, which is 10.
Shortly after the herd passes through, the horns on the other side of the river stop.
Adrian's gonna send Yanni up there to figure out what the fuck that was.
He goes over there and he just finds these little speaker boxes pre-programmed to make that horn noise when they received a remote signal.
Right, he's gonna shoot those.
But they all blow up nicely.
And he's gonna come back.
They were not particularly high-tech devices or anything.
No, at this point, Adrian's kind of like, I'm gonna either steal all of his shit or break all of his shit, but I am so goddamn done with this movie.
I'm a fan of breaking it, just so we're understood.
Just so you're on the same page.
Yeah, but potential high-tech stuff we might not have access to yet, so it'd be nice to have to play around with, or probably, potentially, re-engineer.
I still like my idea better.
And that's fine, as long as I get one of everything. You can break everything else to your heart's content.
You little what?
You little good boy.
Okay.
Clearly he's a Luddite who hates technology. Notices the space age and he's using a sword.
Hey,
Not even a laser sword like Francis.
Francis stole that.
Just a flat, sharpened piece of metal.
I did not steal it. It was a trophy.
That's stealing to me. That's stealing with extra steps.
The guy was dead, so it was just reacquired.
Stealing with extra steps.
Don't we have somewhere to be?
You do. And as you go marching off, you finally have to start veering away from the river more. Let's see. What was the highest passive reception in the group?
14, technically,
14.
I think.
Yes, mine's
Okay.
14.
So y'all are traveling along. And suddenly, from several different parts, spots around you, this dust gets thrown up on you.
I am so tired of this guy already. I just want to stab him.
You quickly realize one of you stepped on some kind of tripwire that was strung up between, two trees, but with leaves and stuff kind of thrown up over it, so it wasn't noticeable.
Uh-huh.
Everybody give me Constitution saving throws.
That's the same with me.
17.
Just a second.
Oof.
Alright, so
Ah.
Jade got a 6 on that. Francis got a 24.
For the factor that in.
Adrian got a 14. Cat got a 14.
That makes.
And what did Armato get?
17.
Hang on, I just realized I forgot to edit these last.
Wait,
50 notes.
17 plus. Yeah. 2 of you have +2. So, and I also have +2. 17, 18, 19.
19, okay.
That means I have a 16 then, because I forgot about that.
Are you talking about from the power used on them? What's the duration on that?
Yes.
Oh, and Jason is.
Up to a minute.
Is this a poison or a disease?
Maybe.
I'm immune to disease.
Because I have advantage against poison and disease.
All right, roll your advantage, though, Patrick. And Armato is immune. All right.
I will breathe that shit in all I want.
A little better. I'm Dr. Ruxu, and I do poison.
All right, so that is
Oh, guys!
Hole, who actually got a 16. Okay. But yeah, this would have been hours later, so that bonus you gave yourself to be over.
Okay.
All right, is that everybody? Jade, Francis, Adrian, Kat, Automato, Hull. Yeah, that's everybody. All right. Nothing to worry about there now. I just needed to record those numbers.
Okay.
Oh, hey there, Jellyfont. Thanks for coming.
But yeah, I'm immune to disease, so if I like to flavor it as like some of my rig, the little orbs on my rig start like breathing out like the chemicals. Filter it.
All right, now this stuff hits you. Doesn't seem to have any effect on you immediately. Are y'all just gonna kind of brush it off and keep going, or what are y'all gonna do?
I will use my medical ability to try to analyze what the hell that stuff was.
Okay.
Adrian is going to hold his breath. And he's going to use his push talent and just start blasting waves of force in front of him to knock the dust away.
Okay. With a 10, you're able to identify it pretty quickly as some sort of pollen.
Oh god, he's trying to trigger our allergies.
With a 10,
Not hay fever.
That's really all you get. It's not the pollen from any plant you're familiar with. You can't really examine like the genetics of it, but there's a few markers that make you think it's probably native. You find the contraption he used to dump this on you, so clearly it was done intentionally. But you're not sure if it's going to have some harmful effect on you, or if maybe he's just hitting you with this stuff so something else can smell you. You're not sure.
Are we still near the water?
You had branched away from the water at this point.
Never mind.
So, 45-minute backtrack, you could get to the river if you wanted to.
Why, freak? So you can have another trap for us? No thanks. Let's just keep going.
Yes, keep going where I can have another trap for you. I mean, he can have another trap for you.
Wow.
Well, be that as it may, the biggest majority of the pollen has been blasted away by Adrian anyway.
Yeah, what's floating in the air, I mean. So you continue on, brush yourselves off.
He's also going to double check something.
What you double checking?
Something.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, he's gonna grab his tool bag, pull out some of his stuff, and just basically use his the base form of one of his powers and just create static charge that'll pull the pollen off of him, and then we'll go along and do it to everybody else to pull the pollen off.
Alright.
Definitely not prestidigitation, but okay.
And then he will force the pollen onto a nearby tree. Then we'll just make everybody else start walking.
Okay.
And we'll remind him that we should be actively looking for traps now instead of just blindly wandering ahead and trusting us just casually spot something.
So now you're more actively searching, which will slow down your progress, but will give you chances to spot the stuff before you walk into it.
Sure.
Alright. You travel for another few hours, not making quite as much distance because you're being so much more careful. Give me perception checks.
21.
Oh, that was dreadful.
Ouch.
Natural 10 twice in a row. Well done, me. Yeesh.
Alright. Let's see.
Also, can you give me the sheet for the tactical drone I stole? I need to roll for it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I actually, I have the other one. I had two, so I still have another one as well.
Did you rewrite their code to shut off the return function? Otherwise, they're gone.
Yeah,
No,
I assumed he had done that first night because he was not here
Yeah.
yet when y'all discussed that.
Okay.
Their perception is a +4. And I will type up the whole stats
So,
and drop it in the
It's a,
Discord at some
it's a
point.
19 on that one.
Well, it rolled worse than I did.
Alright, so let's see. Needed to beat a 13. So anybody that got a 13 or better.
I did.
So Cat and Francis don't notice.
I
Jade does not notice. And let's see. Holden notices, but his drone doesn't. But you hear some moving around in the brush just a little bit in front of you.
Alright. Adrian's going to bring the party to a stop. Yanni, stealth mode, send them to the bush.
Let's see.
I put my finger to my lips and I go like this with my hand. I make a fist and raise it with my hand.
because so far he's primarily used the drones to have the environment attack us.
Well, he did. That first group of drones did fly in. Actually shooting at you itself. But yeah, other than that, he's used it to kind of trigger things.
Two-tail, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure.
Oh, I didn't catch what you said. What now?
Two-tail.
Oh yeah, we're about to wrap up. This is the wrap up part.
Making sure. I was like, don't do another combat yet. We're not ready.
No. We're wrapping up right before this one.
Okay.
So you hear the rustling ahead, and let's see. Adrian, I think, rolled the best.
I rolled a 21.
Did you? Oh, that's right. You told me.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. So I thought somebody
Actually-
had rolled good and high. So yeah, while everybody else hears the rustling and y'all all start stopping, you can make out the distinctive sound of people talking. You know,
I'm
it's
just
quiet.
like this-
It's not a full conversation, but it's enough that you can tell they're setting up an ambush.
Do I have like a basic idea of where they would be?
I'll give you a general idea when we start next time. Remind me. But we're going to wrap right here.
Okay.
As, with y'all noticing an ambush before it gets triggered.
An ambush that now has a Yanni in the middle of it, too.
Oh shit!
Yanni, switch sides. It's the AI uprising.
Oh no.
All right. Well, like I said, we're going to wrap here for the week. Want to thank Curious Crafts for the raid. We always appreciate the viewers. Jellyfont for showing up when it's 3 a.m. wherever they're at. Again, I've been your GM for the evening, Jason. And playing with me again has been Jeremy playing Armato, Sarah playing Kat, Zach playing Francis, Anna playing Jade, Patrick playing Hull, and Eric playing Adrian. Be back here tomorrow when we should be wrapping up the Icons game for our Wednesday night showcase. I'm not sure where Maddie's group is at on Thursdays. But
We're not very far at all. I don't feel like.
well, they're
Oh,
somewhere
man.
in the Curse of Strahd.
They're somewhere. Yeah.
And then back on Monday for Cap's Escorts campaign, D&D 5e. Can't think of anything else.
I think
Be
that's
sure to
it.
check out theNerdEternal.com. We've got a variety of shows where we talk about pop culture, or we've got our one on where we recap the wrestling of the week. And I've got my Icons game that I run every other week that's on there.
Interesting.
We've got the site, we've got our YouTube page. All that jazz. But anyway, we will see y'all next week. And,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.